The 2007 Excellence in Agriculture Award finalists are Tommy Nealand from Centerville.
Water rights are something that is definitely facing Texas, and if we don't address it in a positive way, in a proactive manner, then it's going to be a resource that goes away.
Lance Lorwald from Florence.
We need to step back, take a big picture. Let's look at options. You know, if Lake Georgetown runs dry, what do we do? If Trinity Sands runs dry, what do we do? We need to have some backup plans.
And Manda Cattaneo from Harlingen.
Water conservation is something that not only we're looking at in South Texas, that all over the U.S. When I lived in Arizona, that was an issue. When I lived in New Mexico, that was an issue, as well as down here.
These young people are making their own special contributions to the agricultural industry. Here are their stories. From Centerville and across the county, Leon County Extension Agent Tommy Nealand is constantly in motion at activities and events addressing agriculture.
Each day is a new adventure. From working with 4-H kiddos to working with our longtime producers within the county, there's always something new that's going to be on the plate for the day.
He began his career as an agriculture science teacher in nearby Fairfield. That experience has allowed Tommy a smooth transition into his current position as an agricultural extension agent.
Just the fundamental background of education and knowing that today's age is a lot different, and maybe not what's in the textbooks is what you've got to think about, because definitely people don't care a bit about how much you know until they know how much you care.
Tommy says the time spent as a classroom teacher definitely prepared him to be able to adapt, to change, and to help people with their issues and move forward, whether as an extension agent or as a member of the Leon County Farm Bureau Board.
We've got a rainwater harvesting program that'll be the keynote address for that landscaping seminar, and then some breakout sessions on propagation and other things that we know each of you will be interested in too.
Tommy launched a Master Gardener program for those people in the county interested in nurseries, greenhouses, and beautification of landscapes. The East Texas County agent's goals are to work firsthand with farmers and ranchers on issues important to their agricultural operations and to share research-based and marketing information to help them develop better production methods. One such program he oversees is the Cow Country Congress.
Cow Country Congress is a program that is a multi-county program that focuses on bringing the information from our land-grant university at Texas A&M to the producers within these counties. And the reason we call it Cow Country Congress is because within these 7 counties, there's 4 of those counties that are within the top 10 cattle producing counties in the state of Texas. And so basically what we do is we bring in our specialists to talk about what's the latest and greatest with beef cattle, and how we can be helpful and proactive in working on their quality of forages and providing the nutrients that these cattle need.
Tommy's wife, Wendy, is the Leon County Family and Consumer Science Extension Specialist. As one of only 2 husband-wife teams at the county extension level in Texas, the duo works on a variety of programs to educate and inform 4-H and FFA students and consumers about the everyday importance of agriculture.
Wendy and I both share a passion to work with the youth and work with kids, and we love to see them grow. And so seeing her and working with the younger guys and helping them learn how to cook and learn how to sew and do those things on the family consumer science side just encourages me and pushes me harder to work with our kids with our livestock projects. And so seeing them grow is something that we enjoy. And so we're just kind of a motivator for each other and pushing our programs to the limit.
This 4th-generation livestock producer grew up in Leon County, helping his father raise cattle. Now he, Wendy, and their 2-year-old son, Wade, have their own commercial operation to look after. Tommy says it's been difficult, both as a cattle rancher and a county extension agent, to adjust from last year's drought to this year's excessive rainfall.
Last year we were right at about 15 inches below average rainfall, and this year we're over 18 above average rainfall for our county. So One of the biggest struggles we've had is last year we didn't have any hay, and now this year we've got bukus of hay, but it's not the highest quality. And so adjusting our feeding programs has been a hard challenge in the past 2 years. We, and through my job, are trying to be proactive in providing programs and landowner rights programs to these folks in the rural communities so that they know what their rights are and how to protect the water under their surface.
Growing up in Williamson County, Lance Lorwald has been around agriculture his entire life. Whether on his father's farm near Round Rock or his grandfather's operation in Hereford, Lance learned at an early age the meaning of respect.
Respect was one of the big things my grandfather taught me, and I believe that if nothing else, everybody can be taught respect in life. And I pass that on through my kids, through anybody I come in contact with. I believe it'll take you a long ways in life if you show everybody respect. As far as everything, we need to respect our resources. We need to respect the land that we farm. I think respect is what needs to run the country.
Lance has a variety of interest in the Florence area. His ties to the FFA go back to his school days. Today, Lance is a sales representative for Sites Fundraising, one of the state's leading suppliers of fruit, meat, and dessert packages for school FFA organizations.
We try to make as much money for every individual school that we're involved with, basically help kids to, as far as anything from purchase FFA projects all the way down to taking field trips to the state convention.
Absolute Taxidermy is another place where Lance spends his time. As an apprentice in the shop, Lance addresses one of his passions in life, working in the field of wildlife management.
I was enjoying a cup of coffee one morning, and a young man from the taxidermy shop said, "Man, I sure do need some help." And I thought, you know, this may be a good opportunity for me. And went down that taxidermy shop about 5 years ago and have never looked back. It has helped me meet new people, learn a lot more about landowners versus hunters, how much that hunting does help landowners.
Another passion is the preservation of family values that come with time spent outdoors. Lance manages his family's cow-calf, forage, and small grains operations for his wife Melissa and their 2 children, 5-year-old Michaela and 5-month-old Landon.
As a family, agriculture, I guess, holds us all together. Our cow operation consists of usually mama cows carrying a calf. When the calf is to about the 600 pounds, the calf's gone, and then the mama cow goes back into production somewhere else. As far as our hay forage, it's a big business. We feel as though hay is one of the most expensive feeds, supplement feed you can feed, so predominantly 85% of all our hay goes back for sale.
As supplemental income, show pigs are part of the Lorwald operation. Sows and feeder pigs are in the mix, with occasional sales of the animals to local 4-H and FFA students for their school projects. A 4-H shooting program is just one more method that Lance uses to teach youngsters.
It's a great opportunity for those kids in the cities to come out, to shoot, to enjoy, basically enjoy the great outdoors and get a learning experience that most kids don't get to learn anymore. Agriculture education is a big part of the world today. Without agriculture, we won't be able to eat tomorrow. I educate in a different way. I'm not a teacher. I like to be more hands-on. We take the 4-H bunch, we bring them out and we do fun shoots. I like to teach kids how to shoot guns. I like to teach kids how to score deer. I don't think that education all needs to be in the classroom.
As a member of the Williamson County Farm Bureau Board and president of the Florence Community Farm Bureau, Lance keeps up with the issues impacting farmers and ranchers.
Let's say we got a rural water problem. I know I go to our rural water board's meeting. I'm a voice for Farm Bureau. I tell them, look guys, you're killing me along with all my friends over water prices.
At the Texas Cooperative Extension Office in Weslaco, Manda Cattaneo keeps a close eye on insects through the world of entomology.
This is an insect collection from Arizona. As a grad student, I had to do this for one of my classes, and we went out and collected all of these different insects, including grasshoppers, moths, beetles.
Manda's roots in entomology and agriculture go back to her elementary school days and while living on her grandfather's farm in New Mexico.
I actually got involved in entomology back in 8th grade. Our science teacher had us do an insect collection, and from then on I just fell in love with collecting insects and doing identification. Went on in 4-H and FFA to participate in entomology contests.
Today, Manda's job as an extension agent for integrated pest management is a dream come true.
So actually the job is pretty much everything I've ever wanted. It covered cotton production and working with farmers. Like I said, my grandpa was a farmer, and so I have a lot of respect for him, and I was looking forward to one day working with producers along with doing research. I love getting out in the fields and working with the growers, going out looking at their crops, looking at their insect problems, and coming up with ideas of ways that they can deal with the situations.
In the Rio Grande Valley, Manda works with producers and agricultural industry representatives to develop, implement, and evaluate an IPM program over a large tri-county area.
And within that area, there's several different cropping practices. We have a lot of dryland crops as well as irrigated crops. So when you're looking at both of those, right away you're going to have different pest scenarios as well as different soil types and all that. So kind of trying to look at the whole picture, but then again looking at it on a field basis when I send out my information to the growers.
The foundation of the program is scouting 40 dryland and irrigated fields. On a daily basis, Manda evaluates grain sorghum and cotton development, plus pest populations to identify potential risks associated with the current crop stage, beneficial insect populations, and climatic conditions.
As an extension agent, I cover a variety of things from entomology. I also look at the varieties the growers are producing, the insecticides that they're using, the weed management, tillage, and how all of that comes together. It's pretty much what integrated pest management is, because one practice impacts another practice, or one pest impacts another pest.
The sorghum and cotton variety trials planted in each county are utilized to evaluate varieties based on yield, quality, and net return. The IPM extension agent communicates this information to more than 300 lower Rio Grande Valley farmers and industry representatives in a weekly educational newsletter. Manda believes the strength of the IPM program comes from her involvement with various local committees, including her position on the Willacy County Farm Bureau Board. She says current and future challenges facing agriculture in this southernmost region of Texas continue to create different farming strategies that she enjoys addressing with producers.
Well, a big impact is urban sprawl that's coming out into the areas that would normally be producing crops. So a lot of land's being bought up, being built up into shopping malls, housing complexes, and so forth. The demand for the Rio Grande water right now, there's several debates going on with what water is available for Mexico versus what water is available for Texas. And then as you come down into South Texas specifically, we get in debates on what water is available to the urban sector versus the rural sector.
The finalists for this year's Excellence in Agriculture Award have been recognized for their role in advancing agriculture into the future. Now we'll meet the finalists. Tommy Neeland, representing District 9, Lance Lorewald from District 8, Manda Cattaneo, representing District 13, and announce the 2007 award winner.